Hello and welcome to another week of Blunt Lemons Ranking Shit here, live on twitch.tv/bluntlemons. As per usual, I'm joined by a delightful soul, a young man by the name of Benjamin.
Hello, Chris. I want you to kill me.
Speaking of something that wants to die, we've got Dion.
I'm not quite there yet, but this film didn't help.
Speaking of something that's really unhelpful, we've got a Joseph.
That's rude. I would have accepted the whole dying one.
It flowed so nicely.
I mean, it flowed nicely for some. It just hurt others.
Well,
Delighted me.
a hurt for Joe is a win for Ben. That's what I always say.
Yeah, it's so true.
And
Anyway.
I just get to be here.
Anyways, you might have guessed from the title of our video/stream, whichever version of this you're watching, we're here yet again talking about the Alien franchise, and unluckily for us, we've hit the third week, which means we are on a roller coaster down to the bottom of Nightmareville at the moment, and we're talking about Alien 3. The start of the steep descent into madness that we're going to experience here.
The star. This is anyway. Whatever. I'll save it.
Released on the as our document says, the 22th of May, 1992.
What?
22th, yes.
Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah.
Just change that.
Literally only for our benefit, but there we go. With a budget of $50 million, one might not be able to tell that by watching the film, but it did have that
What
budget.
did they spend it on?
So I do know a bit of background on this film in that the studio, funny enough, you could probably tell after watching it, had no idea what to do with this film. It went through about 4 drafts, and then this final product is the mixture of, I believe, 2 of them put together, where one was supposed to take place on a prison colony, which it does, and the other was supposed to be, I can't remember, it was supposed to be taking place in some sort of like monastery with like religious monks and stuff, so they kind of just went, fuck it.
So we'll just mash them
together.
both together because they're
Stick
so
together.
congruent. They work so well together.
It makes so much sense that was fun.
And
It's the
initially,
dumbest-
Ripley wasn't supposed to be the focus. They actually wanted
Good.
to make it Hicks. But then the studio kind of went, no, Ripley's the face of the franchise. And went, oh, fine. Because Sigourney Weaver didn't actually want to do it either. And she was like,
you
fine.
couldn't tell. Her character spent most of the movie being like, please kill me. I want to die. Like, get me out of this.
Yeah, funnily enough, because that was her one condition. She was like, fine, I'll do it, but you have to kill me after this one.
She was a producer though. It came up producer Sigourney Weaver. I was like, oh, okay. Wonder how much she got paid for this. Probably half the budget.
That's right. The whole
Certainly
budget
didn't
went.
go on location, sets, camera quality. It didn't go on any other aspect of the film.
No. It went
I
on
mean-
all those British actors. Getting them
Big-
all. Every single one.
Anyway, we've got a bit off track. We were talking about the budget. I just wanted to explain that's where some of it will have gone.
That's really interesting, actually.
Now, this
This
is
film's production was a mess.
I mean, it does make sense how you said it. It's like, yes, it's the only way this could have happened.
I like how they wanted to make Hicks the focus of the movie. So what did they do? They killed him off screen. Anyway, we'll get to the insult that is the beginning of this film. But
Yes. Shit house.
it grossed $159.8 million. That's 92 money. Again, you might as well pay me in phone books. I don't know what that means in today's money, but compared to the last movie, it didn't make that much money, I don't think, especially compared to its quite inflated budget, apparently.
Yes. Probably people already saw it and went, like saw the trailers and marketing saying, well,
I can't
No.
imagine word of mouth was very good on this, but
no.
No.
does anyone have a pass with this film? I've watched it before. I watched it years ago with my mum. My mum wanted to sit down and watch all the Alien films. We got to Alien 3, we watched it, and we're like, no more. We're going to stop there. We're not going to go any further with this. So this is the last of, like, when my mum sat me down to watch the Alien films, this is as far as we got. Needless to say, we didn't like it very much.
At
No.
that point, was Prometheus out?
Yes,
Or was
I'm
it-
pretty sure we watched this just before Prometheus came out. I'm thinking
Right.
that would be the impetus for watching the Alien
Ah.
films.
Because you were so close. You just had Alien Resurrection. maybe, or unless
don't
you're
know.
counting the Alien and
I mean, I
Predator
was going to
ones.
say, no, my mum should probably want to watch all the Alien versus Predator films as well. But
Your mum sounds really cool.
Sounds awesome.
anyway, anyone else have a pass with this film?
The
I don't
closest
know.
thing to a past I have is having seen reviews on it on YouTube, and that's about it. So I knew everything that was going to happen going in, but it was actually it was an experience to say the least. Actually, see all the connecting bits.
I have a pass with it now.
It's
Well,
very
yes.
much in the past.
It's in the past and it will never happen again.
2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours that I'll never get back.
Okay, then, well, since nobody has a pass, shall we talk about our thoughts? Because I think it's become pretty clear already what our quick thoughts on Alien 3 are. Or Alien Cubed.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It's-
This film.
It's shit from probably the word go to the end. To the end.
I could understand what they wanted to do, which is, like, go back to, like, the survival horror roots. But somewhere along the way, they, like, watched Mad Max and were like, let's inject a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We'll take this from here, and it's a mess. A jumbled
like-
mess.
I agree with what Nina just said there. Because when we were watching it, the first half we were just like, "Oh my god, this is awful." The second half, we we're like, "Okay, it's not so bad, but it's still not good."
I mean, I'm kind of with you in that I enjoy when the alien does things. Everything around when the alien actually kills people, which happens predominantly in the latter half of the movie. I enjoy aliens killing things.
I didn't even know who was killing. I was like, it's just another guy, just another bald man.
Just
Well,
another-
I don't.
There was like 2, maybe 3 characters that we sort of knew. There was the guy that works for the company, that was like, "I have a wife and kid," and prisoners kept calling 85 because of his IQ. There was the black guy who kindly introduced himself as, "I'm a murderer and a rapist of women,"
We
and I'm not the officer type.
That
really
was,
really
like-
great way to get us endeared to a character.
And
I
we
think-
had Charles Dance, who was actually a fairly decent character, and I was getting really annoyed at Ripley because every time he was like, "Hey, do you want to tell me what the fuck happened?" She's like, "Are you attracted to me?" It's like, what the
That
What?
was
My-
such
my-
a
my
weird
favorite-
fucking line.
Charles
Excuse me.
Charles Dance's death in the movie makes me laugh almost every time. We spend the whole movie slowly. Oh, what's your past? I can't tell you my past. It's too horrible. Blah blah blah. We get to he says, "Oh yeah, my past." You get his past. It's not even that bad, to be honest. It wasn't worth the build up.
No.
Yeah.
And then literally, almost as soon as he says it, an alien jumps out of the ventilation shaft and takes his head off. It gets me
I thought
every
it was-
time.
I thought it was a dream. I was like, what the fuck is happening? The aliens just popped up out of nowhere and just taking his head off. And then like yeah.
I was convinced there he was like, the typical thing where the bad guy has the good guy in the grasp and they throw them across the room. I was convinced he was just going to throw him across the room and he's going to be fine. I was like, there's no way they're about to kill him now. And then there he goes, his head comes off.
The only
There you go.
character they spend any time doing any character development with, any hint of a story with any of these characters, like, we'll just kill him a third of the way through. Why not?
That's I think one of the worst things about this film. Like going off the last 2 films where the characters were so good, to go to this film where I didn't like anyone. I didn't like Ripley. I didn't like Charles Dance.
Ripley wasn't Ripley in this. She was. I don't know what was
Weird,
going
yeah.
on, but
I don't know who
I-
she was, but goddamn.
That was not Ripley. I didn't like any of the other people. I can't even remember any of their names because they all fucking look the same. Yeah. Pete Postlethwaite is in this. Do you know who that is?
no.
The name rings a bell.
It sounds
I
made
would
up.
just I would describe him, but I would describe him as bald white man. But that describes them all. So
Describe everyone except for the bald black guy.
yes. He's
Who
fuck-
called everyone
he's- he's
brother?
he's
My brother.
okay.
Sister. I gotta beat the Lord into these ones.
Oh god, yeah, all the characters. Thing is, people die in this, and die probably a lot more than in others because there's a lot more of them. But I just couldn't care about any death.
I mean,
So I
that-
didn't
that-
give a shit, and I wasn't
No.
like, oh, that looked cool, because it didn't. I was just like,
No.
okay, there's another bald white dude dead.
I mean, that's the problem with having 25. You know they're there for canon fodder, and they only spend any time developing 3. At least in Aliens, where there were a lot of characters, like in the first third of Aliens, they was like, we're going to kill everyone but the people that you're meant to care about to demonstrate the danger here. In this one, at one point, like after the big explosion halfway through, and I was like, oh, that must have got rid of a few of them, and then cut to another scene. There's like still like 15 of them left. What? How are there still so many of you? The aliens been killing
I
you
don't
guys off.
even-
You've been dying to explosions. What's happening?
I don't even know what they were trying to do there.
To be fair, Nina and I, because we were bored, were counting, and they actually got the number right. They were like they started off with 25 people, and then Ripley joined, and then we were just like counting each death. And when it got to like that final scene, just before their final plan with the trapping the alien in the piston, there was like the right amount of people after how many people had died. I was like, hey, well done, film. You actually, yeah.
You guys are actually addicted to death counters.
Look, we were bored. We had to do something.
It's not so much the accuracy. It's more like, why didn't you just get rid of more of them? Just why have the alien just murder dozens of these guys?
But the deaths were ridiculous. Like, I was writing stuff down as I was watching the movie, and there was a point in the movie where I wrote down, "Yep, fuck this movie, I'm done." And it was when the first guy died in the air duct, where he rolled down the air shaft when it was horizontal, and he went through the fan. I was like, "How?" I was like, "That's ridiculous." I was done. I wrote down, "Fuck it."
Turns into paste.
Turned into paste. Yeah. I was like, you
It
know
was
what?
Charles Dance afterwards who was like, "That's his boot." I was like, and I was just showed like his foot in his. But I was like, "Fuck this."
No, what I like about the boot line, he's like, how do we, who is he? He was like, it's this guy. That's his boot. Do you know his boots? Are you like inspecting everyone's boots? How do you know that's his boot? Does he have distinctive boots?
He's the only one with shoes.
I mean, that guy also died retarded because he looks down the hole and he's just like, oh hey, because he thinks it's the dog. And I'm like, dude, there's no way in hell you think that's a fucking dog.
It looks exactly like the dog, doesn't it? Ooh.
Oh, you've grown a bit, dog.
And and Nina raises a very good point. Like 10 died in the explosion.
Yep.
Just why just not have less people? Or I don't know. It just seemed dumb, and it was dumb. That's why it seemed dumb. 'Cause it was
Again,
dumb.
the studio didn't know what to do with this film because there were like 4 or 5 plans, and then they merged 2 of the final plans together and just like, fuck it.
Fuck it. It's a mess. Yeah, the thing about this movie, you could tell it isn't an alien movie, and you could tell that from the moment it started. Really, it's like the atmosphere as well. You've got the alien atmosphere, like the aesthetic of Alien is awesome. So they just go, fuck it,
Yeah.
let's make Mad Max in space, and where everything's really bright. There's so much ambient. Like, fuck this movie.
You said from the off, and I kind of want to just like, because we've kind of gone on a tangent. This was originally supposed to be just our like initial thoughts, so fuck it.
Oh, yeah, we have just got on.
Yeah,
No, I thought we skipped them because we knew what they were.
yeah.
We've all
I
just started
mean,
ranting immediately.
I was just gonna start with literally the opening few scenes because those opening credits first of all, it's just like opening credits. Why'd you keep cutting to empty space with a credit
my!
and then cutting back to like a face hugger on board? It's like just show us. Just show.
no,
Why'd you keep cutting
I-
back and forth?
I hated that so
Yeah.
Oh.
much. I was
So-
like, just fucking show me what's going on. Stop cutting to fucking people's name. I'm
Because
swearing a lot.
You see,
I-
I
feel
was
that- I feel-
perfectly fine with an alien being on board because, as Nina and I noticed at the end of last week, because we were just discussing aliens, and then as the credits ended, we heard the scuttling of a facehugger. We were like, "Oh fuck you!" So that's fine, but that was a really weird editing choice. It was like, "Why are you doing this?"
You see, I feel the reason they did it is that they wanted to try and trick us into who got the facehugger on. Because a lot of this movie, Ripley spends being like, who's got the alien in them? Maybe it was the child. Oh, well, I guess it wasn't in her. I guess it's in no one then. I'm like, okay, right. But like, it's obvious who gets the facehugger on it. And then like, partway through the movie, the alien doesn't kill her. And everyone's like, oh, that's... Like, the audience are not dumb. It's like, oh, it's because she's got the alien in it. And she still doesn't realise.
Yeah.
She's,
I
yeah.
don't understand. I don't understand what happened though? Because right, there was one facehugger.
Yep.
Right. So why did the dog get it? But why did did it go on Ripley and then go to the dog?
It has to have.
Mm,
But I
it
thought
survived.
it
It survived the
died.
crash and then got on the dog when they were rescuing Ripley.
But that's the
I
thing I
thought-
don't get, because the facehuggers always die
Yeah, they
after
die after
laying
in-
in one person.
Oh yeah, it doesn't make sense. But
That's what happened.
Okay.
that's what happened.
All right.
Because we were only ever shown the one egg, so we can only assume, unless that one egg had twins.
Well, actually, in
Cute.
in Aliens, when the dude locks Ripley and Newt in the room with a facehugger, wasn't that one of the facehuggers that had already infected one of the colonists from inside, like the glass tubes?
I don't think it had. I assumed that the ones inside the glass tubes they'd isolated. The dead one inside the glass tube was one that they'd cut off for colonists, yes, but not the live ones. I don't think. I think the
There
live
was
ones
quite a
they managed to
few.
capture. Yeah, there's also
Yeah.
quite a few.
Hmm,
Yeah, I
But-
think it's been well established that they die after they impregnate the
Yeah.
host.
Mm.
I just don't. I don't know, guys, but I don't think they knew what they were doing.
Nah.
You want an indicator of they don't know what they were doing, or shall we talk about the next opening bits where they tell us / show us about, so we have Hicks, who survived all that bullshit just to get crushed by a support beam, and we have Newt, whose dead body we see frozen in fear, screaming because she fucking drowned to death.
It's
Yeah.
it's a
Horrible.
truly horrific way to get rid of like these characters that we had an attachment to and like grew to really like over the last movie. Just like, we're going to kill them off screen in the most horrific manner possible.
It's such
She's
a
a-
bad way.
She'd
movie.
survived a colony infested with aliens on her own for like weeks just to get fucking drowned in the opening credits of the next film. I know she's a kid,
What-
but if I was that actress, I'd be pissed.
What a
Awful.
kick in the teeth.
It might be
for
because
everyone.
we just watched it, but that's why this movie sucks. It's not just shit. It fucks up aliens as well. And you get into it, you're like, oh, they're dead now. Oh, well, that was cool.
It's
That's
one of the. I assume the reason they didn't want Newt in the movie is because this movie came out, what, like 5 years later, numerous years later, 6 years later, I think it was. But like, you could have just told the story like they grew up, that it's been years in between or something. Why are you so attached with having them like be directly after aliens? I don't get it.
Why did there have to be another accident straight after aliens? God damn it.
Yeah, if I was Ripley, I'm not surprised she wanted to die. It's like, you know what?
Every time I come out of cryo sleep, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
There's another goddamn xenomorph.
Just be so tired. I'd be like, you know what? Kill it. I don't care. Let's just leave. Fuck this.
Also, I'm skipping like right to the like last third / the end, but how the fuck did she know that it was an alien queen in her? It
Yes.
looks like just a regular xenomorph, and she's like, "Oh, it's queen." Like, how do you know?
I mean,
It
there's
looks like a
Thank
normal
you.
chest burster.
there's a lot of things around her like alien inside, like. But like in Alien, like the dude who got infected was just normal until he just like one day just keeled over and came out. In this one, she's like, I can feel it move. I'm getting ill. I'm like, why? These guys, you
Yeah.
forgot how aliens work.
Yeah, there's no sign of them until they're bursting out of your chest.
Another little inconsistency. When it bursts out of the dog, it's massive.
Yeah,
Like, how did
it's
it fit?
pretty much fully grown.
It was like, oh, what the fuck? I was like, it's huge. Immediately.
It's like the
Like, I-
dog's skeleton just became the alien.
Yeah. Anyway, it's just like it's minor, but it's just like what?
Yeah, they forgot how aliens work, apparently.
They just. Ugh.
They broke it.
But yeah, no, that was one of the main things I wanted to get off my chest, just about Hicks and Newt, because fuck you, Phil. Fuck you.
It's a cliched phrase, but it really is a slap in the face. After Aliens, it's like, damn, you really went that route with this one.
Yeah, and with such a beloved movie as well. It's like you're really going to start your shitty fucking movie by telling us everything in the last movie didn't matter. Great. Excellent.
To me, it doesn't even it's so like disconnect. It's so different from the other two films, like aesthetically and the characters and everything. Like they feel, it feels like I don't know. It doesn't even feel connected to me.
Doesn't
It
feel
doesn't.
like
It doesn't feel like the next film in the franchise. It feels just like this weird, like alternate,
spin-off.
grim universe spin-off. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the one thing that well, two things with the whole look of the movie that stuck out. One was that they just tossed the alien sort of aesthetic out the window for I don't know,
Chernobyl.
abandoned. Yeah,
So yeah,
Chernobyl.
I was going to say, slight side, just to interrupt for a second. I really hated the inside design of this place. In that you could tell it was an abandoned hospital. I don't know why is this industrial facility tiled like a 1920s mental health institute? What's going
Yeah.
on? Why is everything like this?
It looked like. Has anyone ever watched Porridge?
Yes.
It looked like Porridge, and it was just full of British people. I was like, am I watching Porridge? Like a horrible apocalypse Porridge. And yeah, it just looks like most of it looks like it was filmed in like an abandoned warehouse in Billingham.
Yeah.
For people who don't know what Billingham is, it's the worst town in the world.
No, that's whole.
No, I think
Whatever the worst town is, that's this.
yeah.
But yes, that was the first thing. The second thing, the lighting. Like in the other movies, all the rooms are really big and open and tall, which is counter to the other movies. In the other movies, they had a lot of good lighting and dark spaces. That ambient lighting is turned up to 57,
and everything's just a bit yellow. Put the piss filter on.
Yeah, it's kind of like yellow orangish. It's just like
it's just shit. It's not good to like.
It makes an uncomfortable viewing experience because everything's really ugly. Everything. I know it puts me on edge, and not in like a horror movie way. And like my eyes hurt and it's ugly. Sort of way. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say. And speaking of ugly, goddamn, some of the alien effects in this film, because I started to laugh at it. How often it happened. So they do a close-up shot of the alien. I'd be like, "Hey, that looks good. It looks like the previous Alien films, like the actual, like the model and stuff." And then they zoom out to show it like moving like a dog, and they've got like the weird green screen glow effect around it. Oh, it just looks so bad.
There's one bit where it's like on the ceiling, holding on or something, and someone looks at it with a torch. I'm like, oof, that is rough.
It's rough. It looks like when I first looked at it, I was like, why is there like a weird green blob on the ceiling? And I was like, oh, it's the alien.
And also on
oh,
sorry.
I was just gonna say, like Dion said, some of the shots looked good, and then when it actually did the full sort of body moving, I was like, oh Jesus.
Whenever it was a close up, it was of the model and it looked great. And then whenever they wanted to zoom out and actually show it moving, like in quotation marks, like more animalistic, it looked so bad.
There is a couple of scenes where it's like lolloping along like a dog, and it just looks terrible.
I liked it when it was released from when it was captured and it ran out the door. I thought that was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Like, nom, 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 nom.
I think the most hilarious ones is when it's chasing, like when they're doing that sequence of like slowly guiding it towards the piston and like running away from it and sealing off doors. And one of them, you just see the guy run through the door, and then you see it behind him, and it looks so stop motiony. It's just like, what the fuck was that?
They also intercut it with footage of like first person camera footage of the alien, I guess. But like the alien moves real fast, which I'll get some positives about this alien in a minute. But like I just want to talk about this camera. The alien moves real fast when you're looking at it from a distance. But when they go to the first person camera, you can tell it's just like a guy on like a dolly zoom or something, and it's so slow. I'm like, why has it not caught anyone yet?
And it's like a twist. It like the camera twists a little bit. It's like no. Whoever had that idea, no.
Also, this plan was just absolutely retarded. It's just like, right, we're gonna lure the alien to us, and we're gonna run away from it and block the doors off behind us. It's like, motherfuckers, not only did you decide to do this with a normal alien, which this would be a terrible idea, you decided to make this alien more dog-like. Do you know how fast dogs are? They are outrunning a human any fucking day.
El Rapido.
Especially one this big. It's like unless this alien is the size of a poodle, I think it's gonna outrun a human.
I mean,
Holy shit.
that whole sequence was just confusing and like the way it was edited. They never gave us a good idea of exactly where anyone was or what was like. I had like it was like, oh, the alien's here. It's here. It's chasing me. I'm like, where? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like it was literally like it was the same. It felt like it was the same corridor, but like a different guy. Then I was like, wait, is that the same guy? You look the same as the other guy, but are you a different guy? Why have you just run into each other? Where is Ripley? Where's the other guy? What is the plan here? I was very confused.
I tuned out.
It's not even like we can rely on the audience to understand. Like it's not. It's a space refinery for lead on a moon somewhere. We don't know what this place is or what any of this does. So like, there's no like intuitive understanding of what they're trying to do, other than I guess they're trying to drown it in molten metal.
Which doesn't even work initially.
Until it explodes.
And all that acid blood goes everywhere.
Yeah.
yeah.
When it emerged from the molten lead, my literal initial reaction was, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And then the guy went, "Get the sprinklers." I was like, "Oh, okay, that's actually a good idea." So they did that, and I was like, "Wait a minute, the acid blood, Ripley, get the fuck away from that!" And it just blew up, and it's like, oh, and then it was just like, "Oh yeah, Ripley's fine." I was like,
Or conversely, Ripley, if you want to die, get close to it, like real
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. Give it a hug.
either way, it was just like.
Did they utilize the acid blood in this movie at all?
I was just
Oh.
Well,
it could spit acid.
They do utilize it, but can it spit acid? Because this entire time I was like, is it like cutting itself? Because like every time the alien would attack someone, like, oh look, there's like a little patch of ground that's all acidy. That's how Charles Dance knows it's the similar sort of thing that was in the shuttle that made the shuttle crash. I'm like, why is the alien bleeding all the time? But apparently it can spit acid.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe
I was
not.
gonna say,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think they
Maybe
ever
it's,
actually mentioned that.
maybe
I mean-
it's just shit.
And all the deaths in the film caused by the alien were just it grabbing them and doing the normal alien thing.
Giving it a shake.
Giving it a weird. I mean, the deaths in this film were just the alien just kind of like going. It's like mauling it like a dog.
Yeah, it
Which it was
reminded,
a dog.
reminded me when I'm like playing with my puppy, and he's like,
Oh
jumping around,
yes, it's the
like,
same.
trying to- yeah, exactly. And he's having a little scratchy scratch. I was like, that's this alien. This alien's a little puppy.
I guess it was a dog. I suppose.
It nailed it.
Anyway, before we
but-
carry on too long along the negative train, I was just going to say, because Chris, you mentioned earlier you wanted to go into some positives about the alien. I don't know if we want to.
I mean,
give
literally-
the positives a fair chance.
My only positives about this film is I quite like I like the idea that if the alien infects another different type of life form, it's like anatomy kind of changes along with that. So I liked the idea that this was like a more animalistic alien. It's weird, but I like how sticky the alien looks in a weird way. It's always like weirdly gooey and sticky. And the effects are terrible. I will never defend that. I do like how it moves though. It's fast and like gallops like a dog. And that amused me. I quite liked that as an idea. These are my only positives, but I enjoyed the alien design a bit.
I do agree that I like the idea of, depending on the life form it affects, it breeds a new kind of alien. That I kind of could get behind. However, there was a thing that I hadn't actually thought of before that Nina brought up when we were watching it. And she was like, "Wait a minute." So it infected the facehugger infected the dog, right? I was like, "Yeah." Like, how the fuck did that work? Like, it works on a human. How the fuck does that work on a dog with its snout and all that? I was like, you have a good point. How the fuck does a facehugger infect a dog? It wraps around a human face just fine because it was basically designed for that. Like, going meta here by the producers of the first two films, but it's like, how the fuck does a facehugger work on a that doesn't work? The shape is no.
Good point. It's a very good point. Yeah, I'm
It's
trying
called-
to visualize
It's called a face hugger for a reason, not a snout hugger.
snout cuddler.
Snout cuddler.
Yeah,
No, that's just
Does
humans,
it-
Joe.
Doesn't sound as menacing that way.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right though. I'm trying to visualize how that would attach, but I can't.
I mean, there's a reason they never showed the dog with one on its face. It's like, it's gone now. It already did what it
Yeah.
needed to do.
It's like, oh, their facehugger died because it attached to the dog, like it's supposed to die after it does that. But hey, let's move on.
So was that a queen alien as well from the dog? Like,
No.
But why was there a
Uh,
queen alien in Ripley then? It came from the same facehugger, apparently.
I don't know, Dion. I don't know. They didn't think this through. They didn't.
Also, yeah, just going back to Ripley briefly as well. And why was she such an elusive retard in this film?
Oh, it
The first half of the film, she's just like, I'm not telling anyone about this alien. No one.
it bugged the shit out of me. After in Alien, she was like telling everyone. She was like, I need to get this
Exactly.
information. In this one, she was like, yeah, we need to get rid of the cholera, of course. Like, what are you on about?
The only possible angle I can think is that nobody would believe her, which they didn't.
So what?
But yeah, I know. It's not an excuse. I'm not trying to defend it. I think it's really, it's weird and bad. But
The
I
only
don't
the
know.
only thing I thought of, which again is a bit daft, is that she was paranoid that they were like working for the company or something, and they would come and take him and back to whatever.
I mean, I guess so, but she wasn't paranoid in Aliens about that. She
No.
was working with them essentially to
No,
try
you're
and
right.
kill them.
You're right, but it's the only reason I could think that she wasn't saying it, because cholera is dumb.
It just bugged me so much because every time, because Charles Dance is actually kind of a decent character in this, and every time he'd be like, "Hey, what's going on?" She'd be like, "No, it's cholera. Let's just keep this nice and vague." Every time he fucking asked, and then at one point, I remember them having a conversation where I think he asked again, and she was like, "Well, you keep avoiding my questions when it comes to like why you ended up here." I'm like, "Bitch, please, you've avoided all of his questions."
His
Answer the
situation
damn
a
man.
lot less pressing than your situation.
Mm.
Ah. Ripley
Yeah, I
was off Ripley.
I did not like Ripley in this at all.
She's got some like weird lines. Like later on, she says something like, "I've known you my whole life," or you've been following me forever. I don't know anything else. It's been like a couple of months for her of this
It's true.
in her like
Yeah.
mind.
I like that
Oh,
scene. I don't like. It's a terrible scene. I find that scene very funny. She goes down there to find the alien, finds it, and then it just cuts to black, and then she's back. I want to know what happened. Did they look at each other for a bit? Did they like shit? What happened there? How? She's like, it won't kill me. I'm like, what? Did you ask it? What? Did you have a conversation? What happened there? What that cut was very weird.
She goes, "Can you kill me, please?" And the alien just shakes its head, and she's like, "Okay," and walks off.
Also, another thing that
Nah.
occurred to me instantly after that. After that, they come up with this whole elaborate plan of sacrificing everyone's lives to lure it slowly into a molten chamber. It was at that point I was like, you have a fire axe, and you have a lady who can walk up to the alien. Give her a fire axe and send her down there and have her hack it to death.
And she also wants to die, so the acid blood's not an issue.
But yeah, that was that was what I was thinking when they were slowly murdering everyone in pursuit of luring it into the chamber.
Oh, dear me. That was another point I wanted to bring up. Oh, well, can't remember. Fuck.
I like the bit where someone calls it fuckface. I laughed. That made me laugh. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I want to talk about the company people because I guess they're the real enemy at the end of all of this.
sorry, I've
oh,
just
yeah,
remembered
no,
before I
yeah.
forget. That was the one other good character because we got a brief laugh out of his
Oh,
very brief
God.
cameo. Was when Bishop was brought back online and it was like, "How you feeling, Bishop?" It's like, "My legs hurt." I was like, "Yeah, that's actually
That
funny."
made me so desperately sad, that scene, because she brought Bishop back, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is a character I actually like." And I was like, "This is what it could have been, like a good film." And then she goes and turns him off. I'm like, "Fuck."
No, it was like right with each character from the last movie. Hicks doesn't get anything. He gets just stabbed through the chest while he was asleep. Okay, cool. Let's wipe that one off. Newt drowns in the most horrific way, and not only that, we have to go get her corpse and crack it open in a very
Oh,
prolonged
God.
like dissection scene. I'm like, oh, okay, right, yeah, great, cool. I really wanted this out of my Alien film. And then Bishop, we get him, we revive him, he's like, I've got a job to do, but after this, could you please mercy kill me because everything's so horrible? I'm like, oh, okay, great, cool. Everybody just wants to die or is dead or we're mutilating their corpses. Delightful.
Even
It's
the
so-
prisoners want to die.
It's so grim, this film. Like, so horrible. to like watch. Like I felt unpleasant after watching it. I was like, I do not want to be in this world. I don't want to see these people. I don't want to see these characters or anything. I don't want to see this place. It's awful.
I'm
Anyway.
gonna pose this question again next week because we will be asking this question after seeing Alien Resurrection. But I'm so curious as to what, because remember, Sigourney Weaver went into this one saying, "Fine, I'll do this one last time, but you're killing me off at this film." So what the fuck made her come back for the fourth one? There must have been something in the contract. I was like, we got you for one more. Because otherwise, I don't see why the
Money.
fuck she does one more. I don't feel like Sigourney Weaver's that kind of person. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'd do anything for
Money.
$25 million.
I feel like she did well after Aliens, Ghostbusters,
Finding Dory.
She was in Finding Dory.
what?
Yeah, she's the aquarium. There's a voice over the tower, and she literally goes, "Hi, I'm Sigourney Weaver, and this is the Marine Life Institute."
What?
No,
Okay. I mean, I only ever watched that movie once, and I wasn't exactly paying the best attention to it. So
I've only watched it once. I definitely don't remember that.
it's a good film. Not as good as Finding Nemo, but it's good.
I remember it being
better than-
thoroughly fine.
It's better than this piece of garbage.
Don't you
Fuck
talk
this
about
film.
my favourite Aliens film that way.
It's not even an Aliens film. It's only got one, and it's not even good. It's a dog.
You've confused Nina now. She's like, wait, what?
Or is she confused about Sigourney Weaver in
Yes.
Finding Dory? Go watch Finding Dory. We should watch.
I can't
wish
tell
I'd
you
watched
punking
Finding
us or
Dory.
not. Is she actually in that?
She is. She literally goes, "Hi, I'm Sigourney Weaver," and then the Ellen DeGeneres is like, "Hi, Sigourney Weaver."
Ellen DeGeneres gets worse.
You know.
I
Right.
don't.
Anyway, back to whatever original point I distracted Chris from when I brought up Bishop, if you remember, Chris.
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about the company people.
Yes, that was it. Go for it.
They're weird. I don't really have much more to say. Although, why is that man wearing plastic shrink wrap around his head and he's got like glasses
Why?
on?
Why did they
Oh,
change? Why couldn't they have been Marines?
That's what I was thinking the entire time. They've got the pulse rifles. Why not just make them Marines? Because we already know Marines.
This movie, honestly, it's a whole thing. They have a really cool aesthetic and they fuck it up at every turn. And it's my God damn. I saw them. I was like, yes, we'll get to see some Marines at least. And it was some like fucking weird stormtrooper things. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I thought Stormtroopers. I was like, I know what you're doing here. I can
Oh,
see.
I
your
didn't even
game."
think stormtroopers. I was just like, why are they wearing like weird hazmat suits?
What fucking clowns.
The
Yeah,
only thing
well,
I had was that maybe like these are like because they know more about the alien than they're letting on. Maybe like we have anti-alien technology. It's weird hazmat suits.
I know you just mentioned him, Chris, but yeah, I was watching this with my parents. My dad just turned to me and I was like, "Why is that man wearing cling film on his head?"
The scientists, that's what they do.
Don't you know all scientists wear cling film? Tinfoil.
That's what I do.
And the
Every
only Asian
day.
guy was a scientist. So
Oh yeah. Oh fucking. Hell.
just
And he was wearing like weird. I don't even want to call them sunglasses. Like, what would you call those?
cool future glasses.
Science.
Google
Science.
Sci-fi glasses.
Google Glass.
Science spectacles.
And also
That's
with the company people, like really, what was the point in having Bishop, the real man, there? Like, what?
Yeah.
Why?
Like they sent me to provide a familiar face. It's like, okay, you're not Bishop
Yeah.
though.
You're literally the face of. That would have pissed her off even more. If anything.
But like,
I
also
didn't
like,
even.
like from a story perspective, what's that showing us? Like, Bishop can be evil too. I don't really understand why he's there. Why is he there? What's the point?
Admiral Hackett, go home. Ugh.
I don't know. It's fucking. The whole thing's just awful.
Sideline. Nina's just validated me.
Yes, you have been fact checked.
Thank you.
that?
For
Sigourney
the
Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver being in Finding Dory.
Oh right.
But yeah, no, that was just a weird choice. I mean, I guess it was a slightly smarter choice than like sending whoever created like Bilbo's android.
I guess so.
Oh,
But-
Bilbo. Oh,
At
that
least
was
he
a
was
good
spared
film.
from this.
Yeah, oh yeah, great. Imagine if Ian Holm had just walked in. It's like, I'm the leader of the company as well. Like they both came in at the same time. Like we made these droids.
It's
We're the
Bill
real
Only.
people.
Sorry, my mind's just been blown again. Sigourney Weaver's also in Wall-E? What? The
Is
fuck?
she?
What the fuck
She's
she
not-
played Wall-E?
She's not Eva, is she? No.
Surely not.
She must be one of the humans.
Anyway,
I
sorry,
guess.
just mind blown again. Plus, I'm desperately trying to avoid talking about this film.
That's a good film too, Wally.
Also,
yes, I love Wall-E.
in the confrontation with the company people, the man with low IQ, can't remember what even the number his IQ was.
85.
Like the entire time he's like, I want to go back. I've got a wife and kids. I don't know why you're here if you've got a wife and kids. You've been gone at least 6 months because a ship only comes here once every 6 months. But I want to get back. I'm sorry, Sigourney Weaver, I'm screwing you over because I want to get back to my wife and kids. And then at the end he's like, fuck my wife and kids. I'm going to whack this guy over the head for no reason. There's
fair-
no winning this anymore.
To be fair, he didn't say if he liked his wife and kids. He just said they existed.
Yeah, I just thought that was a very strange end for his whole thing was like,
Yeah.
I'm kind of nice, but dumb, but also
I
I have
felt
a
like-
wife and kids.
I felt like they just did it all just to emphasize that the corporation's bad.
In that scenario, does it prove the corporation's back? He assaulted a man with a wrench. He whacked him
Well,
over the
there's
back of the head.
Yeah, that was kind of self-defense.
Oh, again, it's not an excuse. It's dumb. Just I'm trying to see where this arsehole of movie's coming from.
Also, I love the fact that they want Sigourney, they want Ripley alive so that they can store the alien that's within her. But they happily just let the platform / her go,
Jesus.
like because she slowly backs up back onto the platform whilst they're talking. It's like you literally have a guy behind her with a gun. He just has to step forward, and then she's stopped. But no, and then they get onto the platform, and instead of doing something like shooting a leg so that she can't dive off and shooting the guy who's controlling it before he actually sets it off, they're just like, oh no, we'll try and convince you a bit longer, and then we'll shoot.
But then the bishop's like, no, don't do it. I guess he was just trying to protect the alien, not her.
Mm.
I don't know.
He gave up his conviction. He was like, "We're gonna destroy it, Ripley." And as soon as she was like 5 meters away, he's like, "What do I think of all the things we could learn?"
Yeah.
stuff like that.
His negotiation skills. Okay. And also, Ripley
Um,
apparently plays Axiom in Wall-E.
I got the game of Wally. It's a good game on the Wii.
Excellent.
Okay.
I'd
Yeah.
rather be playing that than watching this.
Yeah.
But that I mean the movie, not our specific podcast. That would be a
Agreed.
slight. I'd
Maybe-
watch our podcast all day, every day.
I don't know. I'd probably play the Wall-E Wii game. I don't ever listen to myself, but
Good game.
But anyway, yes.
Ripley dies, and I felt nothing.
Complete.
Mm-hmm.
Complete. In fact, I laughed because when because first of all, it looks terrible, and
It's
there's
just so shit.
and she's falling backwards, and the alien just pops out. I'm like, oh, all right, okay.
Convenient timing. Not only that, but she also is somehow still conscious enough / alive enough after it's burst out of her chest, even though that's shown several times to instantly like kill the person that's doing it too. She actively holds on to the alien baby as well with her hands, being like, "Nope, you ain't going anywhere. You're going under the file with me."
If only
just
they
in case,
burst out.
just in case it like spread wings and flew away or something. Like it was going down anyway.
I'd love to have seen it if it burst out at the end and just shot up and went wee and out of the thing. It was like fuck.
It's just got like the goofy streams. Wah!
That would have made the movie. Well, yeah.
And then it just lands and does the hello, my baby, hello, my
No, it
honey.
scuttles off like alien style, like really shit. It's like, meh.
Oh my god. So many
Um,
better alternate takes for this film.
so then, like, I presume Ripley somehow comes back, but
Mm-hmm.
God, do I not know how that's possible?
Oh, I know how, because I've seen the reviews, and oh, you're gonna love it.
I know how as well. It's ridiculous.
Oh God, because
I've got
she's
no idea how she comes back either.
she's fucking atoms.
Yeah.
Like, that's as dead as someone can be.
Oh, I want to tell him, Chris. I want to tell him.
Oh God.
Oh, it's a journey. It's a journey for next week.
Can't be worse. Can't be.
Oh, just
Right, here's the thing. I've never watched Alien Resurrection, but it's not worse than this. Just for the sheer fact it is probably far more entertaining. Because we're having fun tearing it apart right now, but watching this film is a chore. It is dull.
It's dull. It is
Oh.
really boring.
It was.
yes.
the
Company
worst
makes this
movie we've
film a
watched.
lot better.
Yeah. Well, this one, Alien Cubed, was the worst movie we have watched yet.
Yes.
And we've watched Santa Claus and Santa Claus 2.
I completely agree. Which, like, this film is. This film was when I questioned. I was like, I questioned everything. Like, why am I doing this to myself? Like, this is genuinely painful.
I can agree with these sentiments because unlike with Santa Claus 2, with Santa Claus 2 there wasn't exactly much to ruin. There was Santa Claus 1 was a horrifying mythos to begin with, and it's not like we were deeply invested in the Santa Claus franchise. Whereas, you know, after having Alien, which is a good start to a franchise, and Aliens, which is like fucking hell, this just went off the charts good, and then you have this one.
I could have
Insult.
happily gone my whole life and not
Never
seen
having
this.
seen this.
I could have been on my deathbed and been like, well, that was a lot of terrible things that happened, but thank God I didn't watch Alien 3. And yeah, well, don't even have that anymore.
Nope.
So,
I've instantly discounted it as a thing that happened in the universe. Like, it didn't happen. They all, Newt and Hicks, everyone, they got home fine. They lived in big chats.
There was a plan a few years ago to make another Alien film, but like basically just discount everything that happened after Aliens. And there was like, there were concept art. There was concept art for it and everything. There was Hicks. He was all burned with acid on the side of his face, kind of like Two-Face, I guess. Like this was a film that like this like reboot, like semi-reboot, I guess, because it wouldn't reboot Alien or Aliens, was like pretty far along, I think. And by pretty far along, I mean like concept and scripting stage, and like they were considering the idea, and I wanted it to happen. So I could just forget the rest of these, but, you know, it didn't.
Yeah.
kind of like what they did with Terminator.
Is that when Alien Covenant happened?
I think it was after Alien Covenant, or maybe I don't know. It wasn't direct. It wasn't going to be directed by Ridley Scott. I can't remember who was going to do it now, like for the life of me. But anyway, that was something that could have happened. Didn't, and as such, we've got these films to watch. It would, to be honest, if it went anything like Terminator, it too would have probably been terrible. So
yeah, they've tried to reboot Terminator like twice. I
yeah,
don't know.
more or less.
I don't know. I haven't seen the new one.
Hollywood,
To be
please.
fair,
Things. Stop running old things into the ground.
they kind of already did with this, with Prometheus and Covenant.
Yes, they did.
Shit. Or is
Um,
it? Ooh,
It's definitely shit.
we'll
Has
find
anyone
out.
anyone here seen Terminator 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Is it worse or better than this?
Better than this.
Oh, it's better than this. Terminator 3 is not bad. It's not good.
Oh, right.
It's like
Okay.
it's very middling. It's kind of forgettable, to be honest.
That's the franchise where I did the right thing and stopped after Terminator 2, as I should have done with
One
this.
day we'll put it on the list, and then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
get to watch all of the shit.
Fuck! I have to watch Genesis again. Fuck!
Which is Genesis the most recent one?
Nope.
No,
That's the one that came out when we were in sixth form.
Oh, yeah.
no, you're thinking of Salvation.
No,
Sixth form was
Salvation.
Genesis.
Salvation was way earlier. That was like
Is Genesis that old? Genesis has got Amelia Clarke in it though.
Yep.
It does, yeah. Matt
I'm
Smith as well.
It fucking does. And he's Skynet, and it's stupid.
Oh yeah, no, it's really bad, but you know, it's better than Alien
No,
3.
Dark
Yes.
Fate is the most recent Terminator franchise where they also try to reboot it. I already know a thing about that. Now I'm just like, wow. They basically did the same thing Alien 3 did. Well done. You made this awful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and yeah.
Alien 3 literally it stands so high on the pile of shit for me. Like I don't often these bad movies like you can watch them and laugh at them. This was just another level of misery.
It's the cardinal sin of being bad and boring and insulting. It's
Yeah.
a combination of all three.
Yeah,
It's
it
definitely a
nails all.
film you need to watch with friends, and preferably if you can with alcohol, so you can rip the shit out of it live. Because otherwise, it's not fun.
You know what? I don't even think I could do that. I don't think I
know
could
if I
enjoy
can.
this movie watching with friends. That's how bad this movie is.
I absolutely never, ever, ever want to see this again.
Yeah,
I
me
will
neither.
never see it again.
I agree. It's awful. Ugh.
Do it's hair and costuming with Ben, or maybe the lack of hair because they shaved
What
it off.
hair? They're all fucking shorn and it's stupid. And they're like, they've got a problem with lice here. You better shave your pubes, Ripley. And you're like, why did you have to make me think about that? You
Wait, what?
weird, gross film.
That was a thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charles Dance said that. He was like, I'll give you a pair of clippers and you can shave your private parts.
What the fuck?
What? I got to. Why do they still have a problem with lice if everyone's bald here? Where's the lice?
They've all got tons of pubes.
Does that mean everyone on that prison is just completely like no pubes? None of them.
Balls to brain.
Balls to brain.
Yeah,
That's gross. Now I'm
that's
thinking about Paul McGann's pubes. Oh god.
Oh,
Oh yeah, the
Doctor.
doctor's in this. Or one of them.
What?
Paul
What?
McGann. He was in the film. He was the doctor once. And he was in this.
Which one of the bald white men was he? Because I'm not sure I recognized him.
He was the one that they falsely accused of killing. He was the one who was like in the hospital, was kind of raving a bit.
Oh,
And then he was
Doctor?
no, not the doctor. No, like they brought him in and he
no,
was on the bed.
no. Dion was saying he was the Doctor as in from Doctor Who. He wasn't saying Charles Dance.
Oh,
Was Paul
yeah.
McGann. I know,
Yeah,
too many
Paul
doctors, too many medical things.
Paul McGann was the doctor once in that film that they did.
And in a short, that was pretty cool. That came
Yeah.
out just before the Day of the Doctor. But, That's a good thing.
yeah.
He was in a bad thing this time.
Very bad.
We need to rank the Alien.
It's true. I had a perfect, like, when we were talking about it looking kind of like a dog, that was a perfect time to put that segment in there, but I forgot.
Nah, I've forgotten with this segment. Are we literally just doing the design of the alien, or are we discussing like the effects implemented as well? Because oh boy, if the effects have anything to do with it, this is going last.
I'd say design.
Yeah, design.
Yeah, design.
Okay, just making sure.
Here's the thing for me in design. It might be my favorite Alien. I like this weird animal-like alien a fair bit. I like the alien from Aliens as well, but I don't know. I really like this design.
I'm not a fan. I much prefer the Alien that's like, it looks more like a person.
I think the Alien Queen is still awesome. So
I can't remember what I went for Alien, didn't I?
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember what the list looks like because I never wrote it down.
yeah, we didn't write it down apparently. But
Oh, no, we
I
didn't
remember
write it
Alien
down.
Queen. I remember Alien Queen didn't win. It was the original Alien. So
Yeah,
it's-
I'm going for the original Alien still.
I'm not giving this film anything. Even if it was a good design, I'm not giving it. It doesn't deserve it.
I'd still prefer the Queen, and then the Alien in
She's
Aliens,
my queen.
and then the Alien in Alien. I prefer the rest over this one as well.
Stand alone, Chris.
I do. It's nothing new. I'd read about the list, but I don't have a list to read, so.
I'm making
No,
it.
there's one being made.
Oh, is it?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was Alien Queen the second, or was it not?
I think it.
Because
I-
technically, we did have a distinction between the alien queen and the alien design in Aliens compared to Alien as well.
We did. I feel like the Queen was probably second, but I can't really.
Yeah, I think it got there. We could just, look up last
Look
week's
at it.
podcast, but
In time. Either way, I think the original Alien wins again, did it?
yep,
It's been announced. Yeah.
it has not been toppled yet. I don't think it ever
And
will
it
be.
never will. I can't
Just
think
like-
of which will.
Just like the top two of the rankings in terms of the films are never going to change.
I don't know. Maybe we can make a good case that it's better than Alien. There's no good case to be done.
Is
I mean, the one thing I'll say, I personally find more entertaining than Alien in this one. I like the aliens' kills more than I do in Alien, if that makes sense. I always thought it looked really awkward and janky in the original movie when it killed people. In this one, at least it's a bit speedy. But that's all I got.
I don't know.
That's all I got.
I don't understand how it killed people in this sometimes, because there was one point where a guy was running, and then the alien catches up to him, and then there's immediately like the biggest blood splatter I've ever seen. I'm like, what just happened? I don't know how it got. What did it do? I don't know.
squish.
Also, I like how someone's put Alien 3 in 12th place.
Yes, I just did that. Yes.
There's not even 12 films, man.
I was gonna say, there's no way there's 12, please.
Well, it's gonna be 12.
He's preempting
that's-
for future films.
Yeah, unless they're putting AVP in there.
Yeah, maybe we should put it to an audience first. Maybe we should put all the Alien versus Predators in here too.
No.
I don't want to
Yeah.
watch them.
No, I mean, I'm happy to watch Predator. Don't know about Alien versus Predator.
Oh, I
We'd
do
have
like.
to-
I
We'd
like
have to do the
Predator.
Predator ones, and then we'd do them both. And
Yeah,
it would be a glorious
Yeah,
smash.
a separate event. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
I
like
like
that.
that idea. We'll eventually
know
get
why I
around to
said-
the Predator franchise as well.
Is there
Yeah.
any cleanup on Alien 3 we want to do, or have we exhausted this film? I mean, I've got we have in our notes, and it's something that always strikes me as weird in this film is the weird rape scene. Well, attempted
Oh.
rape scene, where like everything is strange. The camera, the editing's weird. The film, and they put on this like weird music at the same time. Like, what is happening? Why?
They put on weird
Why-
rock
why-
music. It's like, okay. Not the music I would choose for a rape scene, sure.
Oh, like, why did they think this was a good idea? Why would you do that? It's awful.
It's just uncomfortable and not in the way they want it to be.
No, I don't get
So-
the guy with the goggles. He's just.
It's just,
I
it's
don't-
everyone.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
fuck this movie.
Sorry. One more thing. Oh, I've just remembered the retardation that is. Well, the whole setup in general. When Ripley's telling the guy about the alien, and she's like, "Right, we need weapons. What weapons do you got?" And it's like, "We haven't got any. We got a few axes, things like this." Hang on, this is a maximum security prison, and you have no weapons of any kind. And he responds with, "We're on the honor system." Like, you're in prison. You can't be trusted with the honor system because you broke it. That's why you're in prison.
Can't
How
be
have the
trusted.
prisoners? How have the prisoners not already got out and just killed everyone?
Because they
Anyway.
stayed there willingly. They did explain that. The 25 there is skeleton crew that decided to stay.
Oh yeah, and they all converted to oh god, or
To
some
weird
shit.
religion.
It's also one of those things where I'm like, you're in a prison. Make use of your setting. Like, you come up with some cool prison-based ideas for fighting an alien. Like, what's the
Yep.
point in being in a prison if everything's broken? It's just like a shit oil refinery or whatever it does. Whatever labor colony they're running here. I forgot, molten lead. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
the future needs a lot of lead. Apparently.
It's like lead chambers for storing radioactive material, things like that.
But if you're setting it in a prison, set it in a prison. Have working prison stuff. You think of something clever to do with an alien in a prison. I'm sure there's something.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely, the movie could have been good. Like a prison setting without any of the original characters. You know, with the same atmosphere, and you could even have one of the people like impregnated for a while and dealing with that. That's a cool alien film right there. But then you've got this.
Yeah, a fully manned prison with like all the guards and stuff and everything. Oh my god, that could be amazing.
You could have a tense movie that's on the side of aliens in the prison. but they just fucking shit it all out, and we have this, and it's sickening.
Oh my god, it's. So I'm just thinking of a scene from a book I've read. Dresden Files. Don't know if any of you know that. There's a book.
Yes,
Oh, you do.
I do.
Awesome.
Yes, I haven't read him,
Uh,
but I know him.
Well, one of the films, the protagonist is dealing with basically the setting is like modern day, but magic is a thing, but kind of like in the background, but not complete, not like a Harry Potter in the background, but like actually kind of more subtle, I suppose. And the protagonist is a wizard who cooperates with the police to help deal with supernatural happenings. And in one book, he's dealing with a werewolf. And in that book, the guy who is the werewolf gets taken in by the police at one point in his human form. And naturally, the police are like, fuck off. Well, they don't have the news that he's a werewolf. And there's such a tense scene of him desperately trying to get into the police station and into the prison block. And at one point, he gets to the security guard, sees the cameras just as the guy's turning back into a werewolf. And I'm just thinking, how cool this could have been if this was an alien. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What could have been instead? Concrete and bald men.
Oh, you could have mixed it with like there's like prisoners trying to escape and they're in the vents, but the alien's also in the vents, but the guards don't know anything's happening. They can't tell the guards because they're there's ways to play with it if you're in a prison, except they don't. Oh dear, my overlay broke. Keep talking.
Did it?
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Oh no, it's back.
Is it?
I think.
I don't know yet. Oh, there we go. It caught up. Oh, the chat's been cleared.
We'll get rid of
Sorry
it in
about that.
post.
I think we've pretty much talked about it now, haven't we? It's pretty much
Yes, I don't want to talk about this film anymore. Ever again.
I mean, I think the ranking's already been made anyway. It's in
Oh,
12th place.
I have to bring up my thing. I'm sorry, my list only has 6 places, but
on
Fine.
account of the 6 movies.
I don't wait. I don't have 1 second. Sorry, there is no process for me doing this yet. Copy. Control V. Okay. Move that down a bit. There we go.
We're seeing
How-
the inner
yeah.
workings. Oh,
Oh, no,
there
I
we go.
No, I made it disappear. How do I edit the text? That's the question now. Properties? Properties, maybe?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay,
How
right,
often
no.
I have to do this.
We're gonna get rid of that because that's not working. We're gonna add a new source instead. Guys, talk about Alien 3 while I do this.
We don't
Uh,
wanna.
Great.
I don't want to say anything else. There's nothing else to say.
It's shit.
I'm gonna. All right, I'll refer back to my notes. Oh yeah, there was the guy, the guy who promised to kill her later on, was like, no, I'll stay behind and help, and so he can like attack me and fill it with lead. But it's like, you've just broken your. You said you were gonna kill her, and now you're just not going to kill her.
I mean,
Anyway.
it does actually make sense though, because it won't follow Ripley because it knows she's impregnated. So it's like, yeah, no, he has to stay. I remember at one point he started climbing. I was like, no, dude, you have to stay. You know this. It's not going to go after Ripley. You're staying in here and you're going to die.
In my mind, he broke the deal. So
Yeah, she offed herself.
What happens if Ripley threatened that was like going to kill herself? Would the alien become the knight in shining armor there? No, Ripley.
No, you will live.
I would have liked to have seen the last 10 minutes of the movie Ripley just trying to commit suicide, and the alien,
And the
running
alien not
around
letting
after
her.
Yeah, it's like trying to eat like drink lead. And he's like, no. It's like being daddy or something.
Tries to throw herself into the lava pool thing, and it just like pins her down. It's like, nope, you stay there.
Yeah, I want to see a really stressed alien who's having to look after its Ripley baby. It's like,
kinda wanna
just
see-
let me go to sleep.
I kind of want to see like a Wile E. Coyote thing where the alien keeps getting it. Like the Ripley keeps trying to kill herself, but then like the alien keeps like getting like crushed.
Yeah.
Gets like acid on it, or it's yeah. So that would be good. But no.
Well, at least this week's ranking took no discussion, but next week will be interesting to see which one this
Why
film.
was she Lieutenant Ripley?
Yeah, I don't remember her actually being a lieutenant.
She was
she
She
never
was an
a lieutenant.
advisor.
And
She's like a space trucker.
on her space trucker ship, she was Lieutenant Ripley. So it really annoyed me every time they called her Lieutenant Ripley.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same rank. It's just the British way of pronouncing lieutenant.
It just irritates me. Don't know why.
Why is it?
Why?
Why is it left? Why is it lieutenant? They're on the left. Are they on the left?
It's French.
I don't know why. I believe it's from
derived from
an
French.
old French pronunciation. Yeah.
Mm.
And you know
Well,
it's
yeah,
English.
yeah, it's French, but we we took the spelling, but we couldn't pronounce it the same because we didn't want to give the French any credit, so we pronounced it lieutenant.
And then the
I had a
Americans
croissant
took the
this
word
morning.
and went lieutenant.
Not to be on the American side on anything, but it's better, Lieutenant.
I like lieutenant.
Lieutenant's awesome.
I don't care.
I'm
You
not saying
just
one's
say
better than the other. I like lieutenant as well. So
I'm definitively saying one's better than the other. Come and get me.
And
You're a
it's not
heathen.
Alien 3.
It's not Alien 3 because now, after so much fiddling,
Yes.
Alien 3 is in third place on our list. You know what?
Ah.
I'll bump it down to 6 for now. We can decide. We can decide
never
if it's
moving.
worse. if
Look,
there's something
Chris,
worse.
You and I
Nothing can
know
be
what's
worse.
coming next week. As an
I-
estimate before we actually watch it, which one do you think is going to be worse between this and Resurrection?
Resurrection's probably worse, but I will enjoy Resurrection way more. There's a chance.
Resurrection sounds.
There's a chance I could ask for it to be higher than Alien, depending on how much enjoyment I get from its terribleness.
Resurrection just sounds batshit, which has to be better than this, which was boring.
And insulting.
Yeah, that's
It was
Wormtongue, isn't
insulting.
it?
And gross.
It was just bad.
Ladies and
I'm gonna
gentlemen,
s-
that's our ranking. In number 1, we've got Aliens. In number 2, we've got Alien. And in number 6, we've got Alien 3. Will it change next week? Maybe. Probably not.
We hated this film so much we actually put it in last before we even saw the other three. Oh boy.
Is that it?
It's over.
It's gone. It's it.
It's done.
I have not gone, no.
Victory. We've done it. It's over. We never have to see or discuss Alien 3 again.
Just fucking 3 more. Fucking.
That was miserable. Of all the Marvel movies we've watched and everything we've watched, I did not enjoy this.
No, no.
This is
Like,
easily the worst film.
I've gone into like Marvel movies not wanting to watch them more than this. I've been like, oh, I really can't be bothered. This one, I was like, I kind of want to watch this and see what it's like. And yeah, now it's over. No, it was awful.
Now you regret your decision.
Yeah,
This is
but-
easily the worst film we've watched in any of these review series by a
Yeah.
mile.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
100%.
If we can watch this, I can watch anything.
I hope so.
One day I'll force Transformers into this, and we'll put that to the test.
Honest to God, would rather watch Transformers. than this.
Transformers Age of Extinction, they all blend into one. It's the worst movie I've ever seen. I hate that film with
It's
a
really-
passion.
It is really fucking bad, but at least it's got Decepticons in it.
Does it have
Yeah.
Decepticons in it?
No,
Or
it doesn't, not really, they're all shit.
Or are they just shit facsimiles of Decepticons, damn it?
Okay, they're all okay. You know what? You're right. It's terrible. Forget it. Forget it. Optimus Prime gets a cool design in that one. I like his design in that one. That's it.
I
Maybe.
have no idea what you two are.
Maybe it's in the desert, but then it's in a city again. I don't know.
I can
I
remember
don't
I can remember plots to movies pretty well. I can't tell you what happens at all.
Stanley Tucci
that
is
movie.
good in one of them. I don't know.
Anyway,
That's a discussion for much later when I finally force everyone to watch Transformers and share my pain.
Depends what the community votes.
Nina's never seen Transformers. Good job.
Count yourself
Good.
lucky. It's
You
I
say
like
that,
that
but if it's
I
ever
like the-
selected on this series, then she's gonna watch it with me, and she's gonna have to suffer through it.
the first
I
one's
like-
fine. It's good.
I like the first one.
Even.
It's still got weird shit like the dogs humping. But
Remember,
it's
remember
alright.
the time Bumblebee just like uncorked his like crotch hole and
Oh,
peed
yeah,
on a
that
man?
was. Oh yeah, that's got that shit. Yeah.
Better than Alien 3 though. So
Yeah, it's got that
there's
light.
that.
Yeah, it's got that line where she, like it's like he wants to mate with the female. It's like, oh, great. Good. Anyway. Kids for toys. Toys for kids?
Kids for toys.
Kids for toys.
That's how I like to say it. But, you know, I'll end our extended suffering here by saying, if you made it this far in a Blunt Lemons video, I'm going to assume you're quite insane or mad. But since you made it here already, you might as well hit a little button to tell us how much you liked this video, or indeed disliked it. But if you disliked it this much, I would have expected you to have, like, pissed off a long time ago. But at any rate, Dion, plug the streams.
Hello there. So yes, if you've if you're watching this either on Twitch, which case you'll be in the past, or YouTube, in which case you'll be in the future.
Ooh.
It's I currently stream Completion Series on Saturdays the 7 till 10 and Sundays 9 till 12. That's in the morning. And the Saturday was in the evening. We're currently playing through the Outer Wilds, which apparently I'm near completing, so it might have changed for those of you rewatching this on YouTube. But other than that, we stream this once a week. Well, we try to do this once a week. Depends on how we're feeling and how schedules line up, because we do have lives.
I mean,
surprisingly.
at least once a month there isn't one.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, so drop on by for those. I'm gonna potentially try and do more streaming in general, because I do want to try and get Twitch to grow again. But depends on energy levels. 'Cause I recently started working and such, so we'll see. But yeah, if you fancy joining me for Outer Wilds or whatever other games I'm trying to complete in my library, join us weekends and then during the week for movie shenanigans and occasionally a random stream where we play things like what's it called, Red Dead Online and other games.
Ben, social media.
Yes. Hello. Please follow us on Twitter at BluntLemon. And should I give them a comment?
Yes, of
Christopher.
course.
What is...
Don't ask me for permission for the comment, Ben. Do what you will with that comment section.
Oh,
I've got
thank
something,
you.
damn it.
Thank you, darling. What is the most disappointing film you've ever seen? That's my comment. I want to know. What film insulted your intelligence as much as it did ours in this film?
Is it Alien 3?
Probably. No.
I don't know. Maybe someone out there hates Alien 3 as much as we do.
A lot of people.
Well, it's the end of the video.
Covenant is so bad.
I've learned. Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm trying to think ahead to which one's the worst film. I feel like Covenant's still the one that pissed me off the most, but we'll see.
I don't know. Alien 3. The way they treat the characters from Aliens does make me very angry, like unreasonably so, really. But it is the end of the video, and I've learned from my past transgressions, and that's never to rely on Joseph to warm my heart. He did it once a long time ago. He thawed my heart. But he won't give me anything anymore, so I guess just say
Right.
goodbye, Joseph.
Can't do that, and you know it.
Fuck you.
But no.
Adios, amigos.
Goodbye, everybody. See you
Bye.
next week, hopefully.
Bye, everyone.